happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Modified Life Podcast, where I am your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy 2 Modified and where we talk about modifying life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Today we got Modified Frankie. She's fed up today.
Today I'm pretty much tapped out.
Yeah?
With
It's such a hard life.
Yeah,
oh my
I do.
gosh.
I do.
Had to buy me flowers in order to go to New York trip. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No.
And I bought you a money tree.
And you bought me I know, thank
Because
you.
you've been having a rough week, and honestly, like I'm boiling over with you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get it. With this this can go for relationship wise. This can go business wise. This should just go a whole lifestyle change. So I think it'll be good because obviously, you know, there's a lot of people that listen to this and want to better themselves. And they're going to go through the same struggles that we go through, whether it be with weight loss or whether it be business or just in general relationship where someone works harder than the other.
Oh, slick dig.
My bad.
Actually,
No,
you can't say that because Chewy came for me the other day when he
Oh,
called
you did?
me. Yeah.
Your own family did.
My brother
Your own
calls me to ask me for a favor. But before he asked me for the favor, which you had to actually do the favor, but he's like, "Hey, sister, are you busy?" And I said, "No, I'm just working." And he's like, "Where do you work?" He was genuinely confused.
Yeah, work. He's like right at the corner of on make a left on Nerves. That's where she works at, in the corner of my Nerves.
What are you talking about? He's like, "Yeah, aren't you a stay-at-home mom without kids?" And I'm like, "You little shit."
Aren't you a stay-at-home?
I'm like, "What do you want? Why are you calling me?"
I love that. No, like this. Okay, so I've been documenting on my social media. I've been talking about in the stories. And to some people, it might seem like I'm complaining. To other people, it's relating. You know what I mean? Because like I change up everything. So we decided to have Big John help more on the online coaching, which he's been doing. And you know, Big John lives with us now. So that's getting back to getting to readjusted. And then along with that, you know, I changed my workout schedule because I was like, well, I want to be able to like. When I'm done, I want to be done. Because like to me, like until I'm done working, until I'm done working out and Zoom calls and programming and X, Y, and Z, I'm not done working out. And I'm not done for the day. Like I have certain tasks that I need to get done. And so what happened is like I was like, cool, well, we could do a couple of Zoom calls. I could do my Zoom calls here. I could do my I talk to the people that want to hop on my online coaching program, and from this time to this time. And then I could do content from this time to this time, and then I could train at night. And that did not work because at the end of the day, like I can't take pre-workout at 6:30. The other day I stayed up till 4 a.m. like a crackhead. And I tried it for how long did I try this routine for?
Was it like 2 weeks?
Almost, I think a week and 2 days. Because today's Thursday for us. So therefore I did it for a week and 3 days is what I tried it for. And every single day it was something. Like every day it was like I missed a gym session, so I had to train myself. I had a podcast to shoot. And we've been also at the same time, we've also been catching up on, not catching up on podcasts, but we want to be 2 weeks ahead because like I've stated before that we got a filmer now. We have an editor now, and you know, I want to be organized for him out of respect for his time. I want to have stuff a week and two ahead of him. So I'm not like, hey, can you take this content and we'll post it tomorrow? Like,
Yeah.
I used to be filmer and editor. I know I'm messed up at it. And someone that respects my time, I also need to respect their time. Right. And that's just how it is. Respect is earned, you know, or respect should be given until it's no longer deserved, I guess we say.
Yeah.
I just had to go with it. And like, you know, something that I thought was going to be a good conversation in this podcast is understanding that sometimes you have to adapt, right? But then sometimes understand that it's not working for you, right? And I think over the week and a couple of days, we realized it it's not working for me.
No.
Because it was messing up my Zoom calls with my clients. Nothing I hate. Okay. So for those that work at home, something I can't remember where I heard this from, but if you work from home, I highly recommend you wake up about an hour to hour and a half before you start work and do a couple of things, like whether it be some stretching, walking, take a shower, put some regular clothes on before you start working, because they say it's actually very bad for you in your work ethic if you just roll out of bed and get straight to work. And I hate doing that. And a couple times last week I had to do that. It's very, very disrespectful to my clients because they got morning, like, you know, the morning sound. You can't hide it. You know what I mean? You got the morning
sound.
Like
Lobo.
Yeah, exactly. Like freaking Big John when he makes freaking content. You know, he talks about his training content. And then so I was like, that's not like, you know, it's not responsible. You know what I mean? Right. It's not how I like to start my day. There's certain things I need to do to feel like I earn this title as a coach. And I have to do it every single day to earn this title as feeling a coach or feel like I'm heavily modified or whatever it might be. And it just wasn't working. Like my mental was just getting smacked around. And now I do believe in fighting through stuff. I do believe in shutting up and working. But at the end of the day, like you kind of have to understand, like, is this going to work for me, or do I now still get to do the same amount of things in a day, but maybe rearrange my lifestyle around? Because now we're getting busier. We're being more organized.
Yep.
And what else have we added on our list this year?
Well,
taking our stepson back in.
The skin removal surgery.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother part. I'm freaked out about that. This is my 12, 13. It's my 13th. Well, by the time I'm done with the surgeries, if each one goes as planned and I only get one per, it's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 surgeries. 15 times I've went down in my life.
Jesus.
Yeah, 15 surgeries. And this is going to be the most, well, from what I know, this is the skin removal surgery is supposed to be the most painful one. And are painful. All three of them are supposed to be the most painful because they bring your skin and they stitch it up, and then you walk around looking like a zombie.
A little bit.
You know what I mean? And I'm pretty nervous about that.
Do you think that's contributing to like the energy that's been in the house the last week?
No, I've just been stressed. Me being nervous about something doesn't transfer over to me being like stressed. I feel like they're two separate things. Like being nervous is kind of like how I was like before I got on stage. Like I was very quiet, very to myself. Like just leave me alone. But I'm also in a good mood. That's my.
But no
that's
time for stupidity.
But no time. No time. I never have time for stupidity. I don't like it. I don't though, because it's like something that's like when something dumb happens that was unnecessary. It's nothing worse than it being unnecessary. For instance, maybe not you. Maybe this is a guy thing, right? So maybe I'm talking to guys out there. Is that like when we see these bags, right, of groceries that we have to carry up the stairs, instead of us being logical and saying, okay, I'm going to take half of them and go upstairs and then come back, get the other ones. No, we don't do that, right? We freaking one trip, Nick, that's my coach, and he always says he posts up on stories like that. And sometimes he carries like gym bags, like baseball bag, everything, right? But yeah, so we do stuff like that, right? So we're walking, we'll carry all this stuff, we're struggling, we're pissed off, we're tired. Boom, a bag rips. Right, and the eggs fall out, the milk spills, and then like it's a stupid mistake because you were just being lazy.
True.
You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. So like when stuff like that happens, and it just, I mean, it sucks when it's you, but it's worse when it's someone else.
That's true.
That's how I look at it. Stupid mistakes. All my mistakes have been stupid. Like I don't have a mistake that happened that was because I was thinking logical. It's more I was thinking lazy.
I guess, yeah, I agree. Same here.
Like the other day, like 2-3 weeks ago or a month ago, instead of me getting the soda that was room temperature and just putting ice in there and making the thing, I was like, oh, I'll come back in 30 minutes and I'll just get the soda out of the freezer. And then I leave it in there for like an hour. I pull it out, then boom, shoots all over the freaking house.
I still randomly find little dots.
Right? Other day too. I came over here. I was in a pissed off mood. Right. And I was over there, I was looking at the countertop, and the countertop would look a little dirty. Like they're not up to my standards. Right. And instead of seeing the thing that I know is full of water,
the
humidifier that's full of water, instead of me getting up and moving it, I want to be a little crybaby and like clean around it, being lazy, and boom, spilt the whole thing of water, a whole half a gallon of water or whatever it is.
I would have seen it.
Yeah. I was pissed. Being lazy.
Did you walk away from it for 1 second because you were annoyed?
No, I looked at it, and you know me now. I'm like biting my lip, like it's gonna be a good day. Just wiping the tear out of my eye. You know what I mean? It's all it is. But every single time I made the mistakes, it's just been pure laziness. Why are you yawning so much?
I don't know.
Honestly, I know. People are waking up. People over here waking up at 6 a.m. listening to our podcast, and you're yawning.
Wait, I think I know what it is.
She actually went to the gym this week.
And you tinkered with my macros again.
We brought your carbs up.
But you took away like 500 calories.
That's called a deficit.
I don't like it. I'm tired of it.
You took away 500 calories from my maintenance. That's called a deficit.
I don't know.
Yeah. Big John said you're putting work in the gym, but I told him if he helps you grow a butt, I'll give him $100,000.
I upgraded to training wheels.
I seen that. Yeah. That you're setting the standard high. Yeah, you're setting the standard. And honestly, too, there's a lot of ladies on the online coaching that really look up to you. Like you going to the gym really sets a bar for the ladies because they know that you prefer not to be there. The fact they see that it's way more motivating to see you in the gym than it is to see me, I feel.
Oh, because everyone knows I don't like it.
Exactly. And so and everyone knows I'm not a big fan of lifting. I just love the outcome. So like, well, that's what he does because he likes the outcome. But with you, like, you really set the bar for that. Like you have a solid like little fan base
I
of
know.
like 2 or 3 people or
Well,
something like that.
actually, the reason why I posted that story, and it got a lot of play, of the little training wheels, I did it for one of our clients because she called me privately and asked me like, well, she told me, hey, like Anthony's gonna start incorporating me, starting to go to the gym now, and I'm pretty like nervous about it. Like, how did you get over it? And like I kind of like walked her through like how like now we're around like bodybuilders and stuff like that. I'm like, and these people have like the most amazing bodies you can ever imagine, yet they're the most insecure.
Yeah, some of the people
But
that
they're
look the best
also
in
the
the gym.
most encouraging people at the gym.
Well, because they know how hard it is to have a body like that, to build a body like that, maintain a body like that, and then still feel like you're not good enough, or you still need to work harder.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. That's so it's really inspirational to see you do something like that because you don't want to be in there, and everyone knows that you don't want to be in there. Everyone knows you're just doing this to get surgery. But at least you're really honest, and I respect. I'd rather be honest and he asking you on social media being fake, like this is why I do this and this. Like be honest, like you're doing it because you want to be healthy, but at the same time you want to get the surgeries that you've always wanted to get to make you feel even more confident in your body. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And I also posted because I quote unquote don't keep up with like all the gym girls, right? That post the 45s on each side, blah blah. So I'm like, this is cute. I was like, let me just post this to show like we don't have to keep up. We just have to stay in our lane, and I'll get there sometime.
That's it. Imagine that next week. Big John said next week. Big John trying to get 100K.
I'm calling off.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're gonna keep going. No, you have to because you've been slacking since October.
All right.
Yeah, you've been tracking and not. You've been slacking and not tracking since October and snacking.
But I still maintain my weight.
Yeah, I mean it's good if you want to be average.
But I do look bloated.
Yeah, being average is his example that you want to lead by. And I mean, yeah, sure, we did good. I was sleeping with you tonight, Big John.
And I'm gonna pop the blow up mattress too.
Dang, she said we're gonna pop the blow mattress because we're big. That's fat shaming me on my own podcast.
He called me big the other day.
What did you say the other day? Yeah, you did say he called you big the other day. That was funny.
I was like, now are you? She's like, why am I being so tired? Why am I sweating so much? Because we're using big girl weight now.
Oh,
and he's like, I was like, call me big again.
Big John doesn't have a mic. Big John was saying that he was training her, and then she's like, "Why am I so tired? Why am I so sweaty?" And he's like, "You're using big girl weight now." She's like, "Call me big again."
Call me big one more time.
How is it getting back into training? Oh, how is it getting into the gym? You know, I think that would be.
Oh yeah,
I think
because
that's
now
pretty
I'm
cool.
not at our private. Well, not private,
yeah, you're not
at
at a private gym.
Now I'm at a private facility, but it's still a gym. It's cool. I like the vibes. And I'm actually going to start working out. I'm going to catch a session with Liz and Lauren soon.
Nice. But I was more about getting back in the gym and how comfortable you are. More of like, you know, because it's a comfortable thing to get into the gym for your first time after weeks, months, or even years.
It is uncomfortable, but at the same time, I guess I have to say I'm lucky that I get to train with someone that already knows me. Mm-hmm. So like I can feel comfortable with saying like, hey, like right now, like I know I could do this weight, but right now I can't do this weight right now.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like going into the gym and like understanding that you're not the star of the show. You know what I mean? Because I did see a couple comments today's post actually with someone was like, well, how do you go in the gym? I'm a thick girl and people stare at me. In my head, I was thinking, no, they don't. We feel like people stare at us, male or female, but highly doubt that someone's in there staring at you like you feel.
Unless
there are some weirdos.
But
they get put on Joey Soul's page.
Wait, but unless what are you wearing to the gym?
I can't say that. I'll get canceled. But you said that, not me.
Well, I'll elaborate on that. I'm not saying you have to like wear a hoodie and sweatpants, but if generally people are staring at you, it's for a reason.
Hey, I know my place, and that's in the kitchen at the moment. Because I ain't
like,
not talking about
if I go to the gym like this, right? And people look at me, whatever. But I'm gonna get stared at if I'm going with booty shorts and a freaking sports bra looking like this. Like, come on, let's be real.
I'm staying away from that conversation. My managers are talking to me in the background saying that you say nothing.
Dress modestly.
Wait, whatever you say. Modified Frankie.
Even if the girl's hot, like you can't get mad if someone's like staring at you if you're wearing close to nothing.
Once again, whatever.
But if you enjoy the attention, cool, do it. But you can't get mad if you're causing it. But if you enjoy it, go off, sis.
That was all said by Modified Frankie. I don't say anything about that. I stay out of it. I mean, I have my ways. No, I'm 100%. Like, just because at the end of the day, like, so easy to get canceled over saying something that you believe in. When it's like, it's a crazy time to live in where people get in trouble or people get so upset for people thinking differently. You know what I mean? So if you notice, I refrain from talking about stuff like that. Now, do I have my opinion? 100%.
But that's like, in your household.
It's more of just like, it's more of just like in my household conversation, but to like talk about the podcast.
Well, it's not even a judgment because I wouldn't say if it is what I mentioned, right? I wouldn't be like, hey, I think you're dressing bad, right? No, you mentioned it first. So then you open the door.
Yeah. No, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just better for I don't just bring it up because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't affect me.
True.
Now, if I was the one going to the gym dressed like that, getting upset for people looking at me, then I guess it would affect me. And then I would have to, like, care more about it. But when it comes into like how people dress, and there's a lot of things I see that are weird, right? There's a lot of things I see that are goofy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I see male and female go for, look at me for attention, a lot for maybe the girls, it's the dressing. For the guys, it's the putting down 65-pound weights and looking around and seeing if everyone looked at them do the rep, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like I get it. You know what I mean? We all want to be noticed. We all want to be liked, but it doesn't do anything. Like it's just like the likes on a social media post, honestly. Like it's that fake release of dopamine. Maybe you get that one girl checking you out. Maybe you get that one guy checking you out. But if that's what you're going to the gym for, to get other people to look at you, like you have deeper problems than what you're wearing or what you're doing, honestly. Maybe the gym is the only therapy you need. You know what I mean?
Low key.
But that just, and like I said, though, like that's just how I look at it, but does it now? Once again, I can't really speak on that per se because when I go to the gym, I do have a decent physique now, but I also do have a lot of skin. So people do stare sometimes. But usually when they stare, they tell me congratulations. Also, some people, I go to the gym and they notice me from social media, come talk to me. So I might have a different experience or a different in-look at a gym compared to someone that maybe doesn't have a following or doesn't feel comfortable in their body or doesn't have muscles or doesn't have loosey. And so there's so many different ways why people would stare at me. So I've never been uncomfortable
was like,
since I have confidence.
Yeah, if you didn't want people to genuinely stare at your skin, you would put on a looser shirt,
Hell
right?
no, I'll put on thinner shirts.
Well, I'm saying,
honestly,
like,
I don't know what I'm going to wear after skin
that big of an
surgery.
insecurity, and you didn't want people to see you, you wouldn't wear your stringer, right?
Exactly, I wouldn't. Just like I wear a stringer when I go to pool parties. Why? Because I don't want people to ask me about my loose skin, right? So
you
it's
dress
like
appropriately.
I dress appropriately, appropriately. And that's just how I look at it. That's what I think about it. You know what I mean? So if you're going to the gym to get attention, I mean, that's like, damn. Okay.
Go off.
Do what you do. But at the end of the day, we all feel we're the star of the movie, right? We all feel when we walk in, like everyone's like, oh my God, is that them? Take off your shirt. But at the end of the day, no one cares.
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't pay
anything.
attention to anyone that is there. To me and Big John, only I'm paying attention to Big John half-assing his workout. That's the only thing I pay attention to.
His leg day?
If we filmed one of our workout days, people would probably I think we would get our own TV show.
For sure.
A lot of beeping though. A lot of maybe PG-13 for sure. Because what we tell each other, like we're one time, remember when me and Big John were training for like 2-3 weeks before the show. Mm-hmm. Big John was just being a complete little freaking. What does bond mean?
Like a
no,
sweet
bond.
bread.
But they say like, why are you being a little bond?
Yeah, like why are you being like a softie?
Okay, cool. I can say that. I just want to make sure I wasn't calling like the B word or nothing. I want to though.
Well,
so every time
bread,
you hear bond, you just know that I mean the B word.
Like you're being
I said
soft.
Pon, I mean bond with a B. He was acting like a little bond, right? And I was like, so I was just every single like low blow I could give him for like 5 minutes. I told him everything. I was like, bro, everyone's right, bro. You're not gonna make it out here, bro. You're just too weak. I told him, bro. I got under his skin because he was training like a freaking bond with a B, and I was also starved. So like, I didn't want to work out, but like, misery love company, bro. So he was like, bro, he's like, no, he's like, I don't want to hear. He's like, only thing you got going for you is your story. I was like,
word.
I was like, this guy right here, but
but we want to talk about.
Yeah, he want to talk about mothers, but like that. Like honestly, we would probably get a TV show if we filmed it because people were probably like, these guys are like,
are they friends?
Are they friends? Are they even doing like each other?
Frenemies?
But it's just to get weak. Like it literally it's never left the gym. It's never left that workout. Like it's just that banter of just pushing each other.
What about that one time he asked you for a 2-week break?
He did try to give me a break. It's because he goes to like this. It goes to like the soft stages. Like I'm like, bro. Like I see him. I'm like, oh man, so proud of Big John. He's doing good. Boom. Next thing you know, I don't know. He started We started watching chick flicks again. The next know he's watching freaking My Notebook or something, The Notebook. And he gets all soft on me. And then I got to like, who are you hanging out with, man? Did you get a therapist? Like, who are you talking to? You know what I mean? And then he comes back again. And then he goes back. But I know I'm a lot to handle because you guys all talked about it before. I think it was time to invest into another microphone. But you guys all talked about it before. It's like, don't tell me your goals, right? Because if you tell me your goals, because, okay, when I tell you my goals, I would hope that you would make me do them. Like yesterday, you called me out for about to eat some popcorn in bed if I tracked my food. Like, I like that. I didn't like it at the moment, but it'd be like, oh, she's holding me accountable.
So I'm glad it was for your good, but it was honestly because I was jealous that I had 24 calories
I got
left. So I was a
left.
little bitter about it. So I'm like, maybe you don't have those calories. So why don't I fact check you real quick?
Well, guess what? I got 327 calories left for the day, baby.
But you let me lick your finger.
I did. Bro, honestly, I almost broke up with Francine yesterday.
It was a Dorito dust.
But I almost broke up with Francine yesterday. So if you're listening, me and Francine have complete different mindsets of when it comes to food and tracking and just healthy lifestyle in general. We both live a healthy lifestyle. She's like on the cusp of like
I want it so bad.
Like she's like, if she like, hey, all right, it's time to go to the gym. She'll get ready for the gym. And if someone calls, say, hey, you want to go get lunch? She's like, I can't go to the gym. Like that's like her type. I can't do it. So yesterday we were laying in bed and I was eating my popcorn and the
Dorito flavor one.
Dorito flavor. That's my favorite popcorn. And I was eating that. I had enough for 2 cups. 2 cups is, I believe, was a serving. Actually, a little less than a serving.
Calories or something.
Yeah, whatever it might be, right? You know, I was eating it and I was enjoying it. And then Frankie is pissed off right now because she had no calories left for the day.
24.
And I always try to warn her, like, hey, like, chill, like, make sure you make good decisions of the day because, you know, you like to eat like every 2 hours like I do. So, and she doesn't listen to me. So she'll always have like a high calorie meal in the day, at least one of them. She'll never go in one day. It's like a little one, but it's like,
but I go in.
It's like 60%, 70% carbs and fats and like freaking no protein. So with those are also, she has to like kind of play catch up with herself. But then she ends up being under calories because she's focused on her protein. If you track your food, it made sense. If that makes sense to you, join my program. I got you.
Yeah.
And so I'm in bed chilling with my popcorn, enjoying life. And then she's
Did you have
pissed.
a coquita too?
No, I didn't take it. No, I don't do no caffeine after.
Oh, your water,
water cup. That was all I had. And so I'm eating it. So she's super pissed. So I'll eat my popcorn and I'm chewing right next to her and she's like pouting. Like generally, like think about a kid that got a present and then got it taken away. Staring at me. And then I go a couple minutes and then I go to give her popcorn and I take it away from her. And then I kept eating. So now she's really pissed. Like huffing and puffing, breathing heavy and everything.
Heavy.
All mad. You know what I mean? Heavy to modified. And then so I had to chip the popcorn dust on my finger. And then I freaking put my finger over her lip and she licked it. And I looked at her. I'm like, this is probably the closest I've ever thought about breaking up with you right now. Like that is like that is the most chubbiest thing I've ever seen anyone do. She didn't have a popcorn, but she licked the dust. That reminded me of the people that like smell the chips and then eat the celery. That was hilarious. That was funny.
Was this the equivalent of how Carla ate her burger?
Oh my gosh. My best friend.
And we get to see her soon.
My best friend. We're going to New York. We honestly, if it was so expensive to take the podcast stuff, it'd be dope to shoot in New York. My best friend. Let me paint a picture of who I surround myself with. Actually,
she looks like Karol G, by the way.
No, that's obvious. No, that's disgusting. She does not.
She does. She's a mommy.
That definitely does not look Karol G. Anyway, it looks like Big G, not Karol G. Anyway, so one time so my best friend moved a long time ago to New York for a while, and then she recently came back a couple years ago. So I was hanging out with her within like 2 months of her coming back to New York after leaving for a long time. And we're sitting down, we're eating In-N-Out. A lot of my stories have the In-N-Out in it. Because I genuinely love In-N-Out. So I'm trying to paint a picture for the people that are like just while listening to audio, right? So the people are watching some video, you get to see everything I'm doing, right? So we're sitting on the couch and she's sitting with her legs not crossed, but like kind of like one cross, the half cross, right? So and she had shorts on, so where she's eating like she already ordered like a 4x4, right? So I didn't say anything. Or 4x4 animal style fries, she ordered that. Like the one thing I love about like Carla is like she just has no morals. Like she. Whatever she wants to do, like it's fine. Like she's like she doesn't have to impress me. We've been best friends since high school. Like I've seen
you guys give each other your true ugly.
Just like the true ugliness. Like this was like Jabba the Hutt bad, right? So she orders his food, and at first when she said the 4x4, I was like, I felt like should I match her? Like should I match? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get cheese fries. So let me do a 2x1, right? That's 2 patties, 1 cheese, and then I'm gonna put the other thing of cheese onto the cheese fries, And boom, bada bang, portion control,
Did
right?
she get a Diet Coke?
And then
though?
so yeah, she did.
Oh, see, that
She did
cancels
get
out the calories.
She did get a Diet Coke. So anyway, so she pulls out this freaking massive burger, right? Breathing super heavy,
No.
right? Looking at it, licking her lips. Like I'm painting the picture right now. This is what I seen. This is what happened in my head. I could be wrong, but this is what I seen, right? So she's sitting there and she takes like this fat, humongous bite. Like she made that burger look so good. Like I was jealous that I didn't have two in my hand. I want another one, and I didn't even take a
Okay.
bite of mine yet, right? So then she gets like halfway done. I barely about to take a bite of my burger, right? And she's like halfway done with her 4x4 animal style fries. And she's smashing away. Like
Yeah.
we haven't talked in like 3 minutes. It's only been 3 minutes. She's already halfway done with this bad boy,
No.
right? And then so she takes like this. She like you take the wrapper off of. Everyone does this. You take the wrapper off the In-N-Out thing, and you see that nice warm cheese on there. And you
Yeah.
just lick it off and bite it off because that's just what you do. It's an In-N-Out
part of
burger.
the macros.
It's all part of the macros, right? It's already tracked.
Yeah.
Right. So she takes that part off and she like licks the whole thing and then bites off the cheese. And I'm like, whoa, dude.
Go off this.
Yeah, go off. Like, do your thing. Like, hey, I support you. Like, I'm here whenever you need me.
No.
Right. And then when she takes this big, massive bite, right? The burger's like
Without
now,
the
it's like a
wrapper.
quarter left of this burger. So there's not that much left, but there's enough for at least 2 bites for an average human being. Right. And she bites that burger. Like everything falls out of the burger. Like the
Oh, 'cause it was
freaking
animal
pickle, the pickles, the onions, cheese drip down, the freaking the secret, what is it? The spread,
Yeah.
right? A freaking jalapeno, like everything, a piece of meat, everything that fell on her thigh. Like, and you heard like a splat,
Like a plop.
like a bloop.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I was eating, I act like I didn't see nothing because like, hey, none of my business. And I just seen her grab her finger
Mm-hmm.
onto her left thigh and scoop everything up and then ate it. Oh, and then her
That's my girl.
thigh was dry.
No.
There was like, honestly, if there was hair there, it also
waxed
it
it?
waxed that bad boy off too. I've never in my life, I've been 600 pounds. You're talking about someone that used to stack 2 Mexican pizzas on top of each other and eat it like a, you know?
Did it make you proud though?
And I did. I looked at her, I was like, and I think she was kind of embarrassed because I don't think she didn't think I was paying attention.
She thought she
Because
was
when
eating
I
by
looked
herself.
up and said, I think
She was closet
she
eating?
she was closet eating with multiple people around, not even knowing there's she was sleep eating. Like
Oh,
she might have just been in her own little world.
Uh-huh.
And it was clean. I looked down at her thigh and there was nothing there. It was not a trace of the world. It was gone. It was gone, just like her morals, wiped clean. And I looked at her. I'm like, bro, I gotta say, I've never in my life have done something like that, and to the point where I'm very proud of you, but kind of disgusted. And she's like, what? I was like, I seen that, man. Like you just that was a half a pound burger that just fell on your thigh, and it's now wiped clean
With one finger?
with one scoop. It was like gone. It's like you ever see like a little bit like stuff on the floor, and then you run a vacuum over, and it's gone. Like, oh wow, gone. It's disappeared. Magic, like that. First they're there, now they're gone. And that was it. So like that is the story. So I was very impressed, and like I will never let her live that down.
And
I
you
can't
gotta
wait.
tell her
I
boyfriend
can't
about
wait to. I told her boyfriend about it. I now talked about it on the podcast, so I'm very excited to have Carla on this podcast, so I could be like,
Me
this
too.
is the In-N-Out girl. Like this is the one. Like I'm gonna have a burger, and can you do it again? Can you please show the world? Can you please show the Modify Your Life podcast people
Your party trick.
your party trick? You know what I mean? You know, people like will be at a party and they'll like have the alcohol in their head, and then like they'll dance and they'll not drop it, right? You know that when people like do the crazy trick shots and beer pong, like she does an In-N-Out scoop, sober.
In-N-Out scoop.
Yeah, that was
We're gonna need a third mic because that's gonna be fun.
No, that would just be that literally would be a
bash
podcast of
session.
just you guys bashing on me. It's the same thing that happens with my female client, my lady clients. Is it bad to call? So okay, question. I was on the lift and I was talking
On what lift?
to snowboarding.
Okay.
And the girl has the girl who works at the snowboard shop. I ran into her when you went snowboarding with me.
Okay.
And then I forgot I was saying something. I think I said lady or woman or something. I was talking about someone. I think I'm not sure if I said lady or woman. I can't remember one of those. But either one, is that bad to call
Usually
a
you say
woman?
lady. I don't think so.
A woman or a lady? Is it bad?
Well, when I talk
But this girl's
about
like also
someone-
22 years old. So it's
Different
like
generation.
Different, yeah. So like I was because like she called me out on it, but not in a mean way. She's like, "Well, that's so rude. What if I just called you a man?" I'm like, "Well, I am a man." So is that rude or is that just like maybe different generation?
different generation.
Comment down below. Is that rude? I call Big John a lady all the time. No one gets mad at me for that.
Like the Mexican style, like
No, this was just like I don't think it had to do like race. I think it was more of just like
No,
the
I'm saying
age.
like for the term for Mexicans, like you don't call a senora if she's not a
If she's not
If
married
she's not married,
señora,
yeah,
right?
or has
yeah. But
kids.
we're talking American culture, Big
But that's
John.
kind of it in English, though.
It's
Like,
a lady.
call a
Well,
girl a woman, or if
ladies.
there's a
I
woman,
can't remember if I
it's
said
a
ladies or
girl.
woman though.
Well,
Either way, okay. Is either one bad to
hey
say?
women, hey ladies. I
Well,
I
no.
would prefer ladies.
I think I said. Like, oh yeah, I was talking to this lady, and then I think that's what she said. Like, oh, you should. What if I just called you a man? Well, that would make sense. Because what if I just call you man? So man, lady, right? Or is it man, woman?
I'd be gentleman, no?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I was just trying to ask a question. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I was an asshole. I'll apologize. I am apologizing.
You're not.
No, I just want to know. I was just so curious to know. But yeah, it's just kind of like, it would just be a bashing session. Like, every
It'd be
single
great
all the
for our
all the
soul.
all the ladies are women are
Female gender.
female gender people bash me because you bash me.
Yes.
They told me that if I break up with you, that they're leaving the program.
Cheaper to keep me.
That's facts.
Mhm.
That is big facts. Got some big news.
Tell me.
I got my license after
Oh.
freaking 4 years.
He passed his test.
I passed my test after 4 years. My clients are gonna be happy
Mhm.
because this was a procrastination that was last year. Well, technically it was 2020, but due to COVID, that's why I didn't do it. Right. And so they use that excuse. I'm using the excuse too. But we went last week and it was a crap show. What did I say? Dog ass. That's my new favorite
Dog
word.
ass.
I've been using that a lot. Dog ass.
It was a lot.
We had an appointment at 1
Mm-hmm.
and didn't get home till 5. I had to cancel all Zoom calls after my afternoon Zoom calls, which I hate missing Zoom
Yep.
calls. But we finally got through. And I think that's like, the part where it's like, yes, I had no choice but to miss the Zoom calls, but I still worked out, still shot a podcast. Like we still got things done. And I think that's,
And the things you missed, you made up for already, right?
yeah, I have Zoom calls this Saturday to make up for that.
Okay.
Or if they didn't work for the clients, then I told them that I'm on their time now because I hold myself accountable. And how we were talking about on the way home is like I'm not mad at the DMV. I'm mad that I missed the Zoom call, and that's just taking full accountability, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not my client's fault that I booked my the DMV appointment at 1.
Delaney, it may not be your fault, but it's your responsibility.
There it is, right there. Yeah, shout out to Delaney. That's what she said at our last group Zoom call too.
Yeah.
She said she ended off like that, and that's very true. It's my responsibility to fix it. They do care. They're my clients are amazing, but at the end of the day, they sign up to work with me. They sign up to have Zoom calls with me weekly, and it's my job to do that. Now things will come up like my father incident and stuff like that, but this was not that. So I get so frustrated when I miss the Zoom calls because right now what's going on, and I'm not sure if we've been talking about this a lot. I've been talking to you about this a lot. Is a lot of people are, doing the online coaching things, taking the money and not giving anything in return. Some with a lot of followers, some with not that many. And I refuse to ever sell out like that. And I'm very terrified of getting called out for, even though I don't do it at all. I don't want to give any
It's like a
reason
phobia,
to.
right?
It's very easy to get sucked into saying yes for money.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to kind of look around at what some of these people that are now. There's a lot of people that are doing the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's easy to look at the people that are doing the wrong thing and see what they have and what their lifestyle looks like, and be like, damn, I'm doing all this work and it's still not enough, and a lot of comparison stuff, and then this person that.
Yeah.
So I never want to sell out, and I don't think my team will ever let me sell out. And that's just not what my brand stands for. So at the end of the day, I know that it's all about the hard work. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It's all about the hard work and being a good human being. That's what I talk about. So I need to not practice what I preach, but preach what I practice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being a good person. Now, it doesn't change the fact that sometimes I will compare myself. And I share this because a lot of my clients do the same thing. And long as I do too, pretty sure Big John does. Pretty sure, you do too, Frankie. But at the end of the day, we're humans. That's just like, I guess, a trait we have, especially with social media. But I never let it go longer than like 5 or 10 minute thought process. And then I kind of wipe it out like, wait, no, I want to do this forever. The only way to do this forever and to get long-term success is to do it the right way. That's why you see, you don't see our brand jumping with, company to company to company.
Mm-mm.
I've only worked with one company my whole entire career of being on social media. And that's just been First Form.
Like under contract.
Under
yeah.
contract. That's it. Only First Form. That's the only thing you need. I was thinking about going with like a clothing brand company. I was going to think about going with like Young LA. But at the end of the day, like, I don't need to do all that. Like, I need to just focus on my brand and the one company that
You
supported
need
me
to
from
grow
the
you
jump.
and not anyone else.
Exactly, right? And that's even like some of the conversations. So for some of you that might not know, every single Wednesday on my YouTube channel, Heavy to Modified, I post a vlog, and I talked. That was literally the whole time conversation of that vlog, is that I do compare myself to people. It does stress me out. I do feel like I don't do enough. I feel like I could do more. I feel like people are doing better than me. I know people are doing better than me. I know people are doing a quarter of the work that I'm doing and making way more money than I'm doing. I'm well aware of all that. All that stuff goes in my head. But at the end of the day, when I get paid on Friday, I know I've earned every single dollar. When I go to sleep at night, I know that I've done the best I could do to help people. And I don't know how I would feel not going to sleep feeling like that. I think that's why I'm so gung-ho about this, my schedule being on time, because I need to do certain things that make me feel good and to make me know that I'm doing the right thing.
Do you ever feel stretched thin though?
I feel like the whole podcast, honestly, but let me tell you this. No,
No.
I don't. I hate when all you guys tell me I do too much, because in my head, I'm telling myself I don't do enough. And then I think you guys don't do enough. And I don't feel like it. No, and I don't, it's not a dig. I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like everyone always, like, every single time I meet with a brand or a company, like, oh, you're doing the ebook, you have this, yeah, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, like,
and you get told you do too
I do
much.
too much. Like,
Or
oh,
you give too much.
The biggest thing I hear is like, okay, well, our goal with you is for you to work less and make more money. I'm like, those don't
Financial
go together.
independence.
They don't go together, right? So it's like, no. Do I feel like I do enough? No. Like, I want to be able to be the best version of myself. I work with my back up against the wall. I don't work great under comfortability, if that's even a word. When I'm comfortable, I'm not working hard. So I need my back up against the wall. I need you to annoy me. I need to see a negative comment. I need to have a client who is not following the program and has to have an extra 10-minute conversation. Like, I thrive off of that stuff because I work better with my back up against the wall, and I know that I'm going to keep fighting, So when people tell me I do too much, and I hear it all the time, I've heard it when I first started my journey, when I lost 100 pounds, like, oh, you got to take a break. And so, no, took a break my whole entire life. I've been fat, miserable, depressed, suicidal. Like, no, all those things got me to where I didn't want to be. So I don't need to take a break. I don't need to slow down. I need to double down, but I do need to be more efficient and not so busy, So what about you? Do you think I get spread thin?
Yes.
Really?
Because
I am thin. So I mean,
slim
like light mayo.
I do think you get spread thin sometimes, but you're always able to like rein it in, which is amazing. But I also feel like maybe I see it from the lens of I couldn't imagine doing all of these tasks myself in one day.
I appreciate you calling that out. Yeah, I think that's, well, I mean.
But I think it's because I see it from my point of view,
Yeah. And then also too, how hard I work. But at the end of the day, like, life is supposed to be stressful. Like, my life would be easy if my parents were rich. My parents aren't rich. My life would probably be easy if I was a trust fund baby. I'm not a trust fund baby. Maybe my life would be easy if
we won the lotto.
I won the lotto. I haven't won the lotto. So maybe that's right. But right now, like, I'm a very strong believer is like, you have to work your ass off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And things get stressful. Like 100%, I get stressed. Today, you want to know what happened today? You know how I handle my stress today? You really want to know like the honest to God truth of how I handle my stress today? Today, when I was getting ready to get everything situated and get everything handled, I had to remember who the hell I was. So you know what I did? I went in, I watched that freaking, I watched my YouTube video of my grandmas and Daniel and you and Big John and Mikey give me all the shout outs. I started crying and remember, this is why I do it. And I have to hum him. I got a little teary eyed and I remember who the hell I am. And I got in the shower and I came over here and did my Zoom call. You really want to step into my brain set? I was on the toilet taking a shit, crying, remembering this is who the people I do it for.
Was it when I was gone today?
No, it was for when I hopped in the shower right now. Literally, it was like when I hopped in the shower to get ready for my Zoom calls. Remember I told you, before I started shooting the content, I was stressed out. I was overwhelmed.
I couldn't tell.
Exactly. Good. And guess what? I watched that video. I seen Daniel. I seen my grandma. I seen Big John. I seen Mikey. I seen, who else was on there? Everyone was on there.
Mom,
this is the picture of me and my grandpa
siblings.
At the end. And I didn't watch any of the vlog. I just watched that last part. I watched it. I was like, this is why I'm stressed out. This is why I'm working hard. Because the people right here that look up to me, they're proud of me. Mm-hmm. And I hopped in the shower and I got my shit together. And now we're doing did the Zoom call. That's it. That's how I unwind. Sometimes you gotta, this shit's not supposed to be easy. It's not. It wasn't easy when I was driving Uber. It wasn't easy when I was 600 pounds. Like, it wasn't easy. You know what I mean? I go through shit, you know, but I just know that if I sit here and complain to you and cry about it, it's still, once I'm done crying to you about it, the problems are still there. Not one thing was fixed.
Yeah.
Other than I didn't work to fix it. So that's just how I get through my stuff. So I don't feel that I'm stretched thin.
I think I just get stressed.
I just think I'm a human.
Yeah.
That's when I hate that I'm human. It would be nice if I could just like clone myself sometimes.
I get stressed because I'm like, what? Like, can I take something away?
Yeah, making my life easier.
Because you make a lot of my life easier. So I'm like, how can
do the
I
same.
help?
You make me food
Well,
when
yeah,
I need
but
it.
like,
You like all that stuff is a. There is so many guys out there right now that would freaking love to come home and they chill on the couch, and then their wife or their girlfriend would be like, hey, are you hungry? You want me to bring you something? They don't get that. They didn't build a relationship like that. They come home to maybe yelling, complaining, nagging, whatever it might be. Maybe financial struggles. Maybe there's a lady out there or woman or whatever you're allowed to call them. It comes home from work because she's a breadwinner in the relationship, who she just wants a 10, 20 minutes to herself, and someone asks her how she's doing and doesn't get that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So like that stuff that you do when I am stressed out, and you didn't even know I was stressed out until I literally announced it right now on the podcast and how I got over it. All that little stuff you do is like, it's helpful because that's food I don't have to worry about. That's macros I don't have to do it. Even a couple times you write how many grams was on the in the thing, or how many grams of food. Like all that stuff is very, very helpful. Setting everything up for making the cooking videos. All that's all helpful. Right? I don't need you to do the work for me.
But you did get mad at me for getting air in the tire.
I don't like that. Well, I didn't get mad at you. I got mad at myself. I didn't get mad at you. I was mad at myself because I forgot that I was supposed to do that. And I was like, okay, I'll put gas and I'm going to get the air fixed tomorrow. Then all the DMV stuff happened and went another day. And then when it ended up being a problem
this time though.
But it wasn't, but the fact is that it's still my fault and I should have got it done. And then you text me like, hey, I'm gonna get the air in the tire and I'm gonna put gas. I'm like, that is not what my girl does. Like, I didn't like that. Now, I'm grateful that I have a girlfriend who does not care if she has to put gas sometimes, or doesn't care if she has to fill up air in a tire. Like, I'm grateful for that, but that's still not, I wasn't cool with that. But I'm grateful. It's just more of like, I was like, AJ, you idiot. Why didn't you get that done?
Why teamwork?
But it's teamwork, 100%. So yeah, so feeling like I'm stretched thin, no. I was more stressed when we had no money, when I was morbidly obese, when I was life was just difficult. Like, right now, if I have people in the program that literally are 500 pounds, have a family that's unsupportive, have no choice but to still work, don't have time to don't have the money to meal prep, and still find this way to pay my program. Who in the hell am I to complain about this type of problems I have? I have people that literally have told me, well, I gave him 3 months, and I want to maybe like, well, dang man, you still charge him? No, actually I'm not. He's been on my program for like 4 months for free. But yeah, so I had someone tell me, hey, like, this and this. I got rid of my Wi-Fi. I got rid of my cable and everything like that. Because I could afford your program. I made it like another month, but I can't. Now I'm cut short and I got to help my mom out.
That's who you need out.
And I was like, what? You cut out your Wi-Fi and your cable to stay on my program? He's down 150 some pounds though. And I'll never complain again. I'll never complain again. I will never complain again. Like, there's people out there that are not struggling financially in my program. There's people out there that have a supportive household, that have a great life, that have a little extra time, maybe work from home, and I still get kids to do the right thing. But yet there's people that have no financial backing, no support at the home, takes care of their parents, their parent, and still finds a way to track his food and go to the gym and do his check-ins and stuff. No. I'll never complain again after that. That puts so much things in perspective. Like, what the hell am I going to complain about?
I just thought about myself with that.
I'm literally sitting in a luxury apartment with a podcast set up with a supportive girlfriend. I'm going to complain about being stressed. Like, really, like that. I have a client on my program, his father just passed away like 3 days ago, and he's down 150. He's also down 150 some pounds. What am I complaining about today? Because shit's not going my way? Because it's hard.
Things are a little hard.
Because things are a little hard, you know what I mean? A
difficult.
little difficult. Like, no, like, you got to understand, man. You got to toughen up, buttercup. Like, this shit is not supposed to be easy. No one ever said it. No one ever promised you an easy lifestyle. And if you do have an easy lifestyle, then consider yourself blessed. But this ain't easy. Like people get it
You
so
had to
confused.
check me recently about that.
I was trying to keep it off the podcast, but you know,
But I feel like it was important to
had to
have
humble
that
her.
combo.
Had to give her a little pump, little taste of that. I gotta say, give her a little punch. A little punch. I had to give her a
Emotional
little. I had a
punch.
little taste of that humble pie. Like
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have this before, and this what people
and I
don't
feel like
understand.
now I complain the most.
Yes, you do. What people don't understand is that this shit could be gone in a second, in a bad
blink.
decision, in a bad post, in a bad podcast, in a bad review, it could be gone. Like, and that shit really sits on me. And it's not that I'm doing the wrong thing. It's just like I'm great. Like if I lose everything today and move back with my mom, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you. I'm 100% okay with that. But if I could do anything in my power to keep my brand pure and to make sure that it has a good name and a good taste in people's mouth, and I keep doing the right thing for the right people, doing the right things for the right people, then I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm very grateful for everything that we have. Like people think like that this is just, we woke up one day and this is what we have. Like there's people out there that like don't know like that I have pictures of my bank account being, both of them savings and checkings being negative. Like, you know what I mean? They don't know like all the trials and tribulations we had to go through as people in this weight loss journey. They don't know all that stuff. Like they think this shit came easy. So when I see you start acting like it's easy now, and I start seeing you acting like you weren't there to watch us build this, and you start getting a little spoiled, then I have to reel it in, because that I feel like, if you start blocking your blessings are gonna get blocked.
Yeah, I feel like it was annoying in that moment,
Of course.
but
It's always annoying when I'm right.
But I am thankful that you brought it up, because I was like, oh, when you're like, oh, you need to be like, feel blessed and thankful, not like for you, but like for what's, what we've done and what we've accomplished. And I'm like, well, how fucking dare you? I am thankful. I do feel blessed, but I'm like, wait, I haven't been feeling that way.
Actions speak louder than words. Well,
like, I feel like I momentarily forgot that I wasn't always here.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's a lifestyle that we built, and it's a lifestyle that we will maintain to build as long as we keep working hard. So it's easy to remember when you only had, $50 in your bank account, or when you had to drive to Irvine in a car that had a check engine light on. Like, it's easy to forget about that stuff, but that's who made us, right? Like, I'm never going to be Anthony Lopez coming from the rich family. You're never going to be Francine Viscara coming from a rich family. Like, it's not that. It's like we earned it, and we've got to build these things. And I shared that story with Big Tay about, I used to look forward for people to throw up in the car so I would have to get to drive Uber less to get some more sleep. Like, do you understand that? Like,
we would
I used
get excited. You call me big, someone threw up.
Yeah, I would get excited for someone to throw up inside of my Jeep that we drive every single day. So I would get to work less. Like, do you understand that? So like, when I look at this shit, like the other day, you know what I mean? And I'm not bragging at all to anyone that is listening. I'm just simply sharing that everyone has, maturing to do. But, and everyone forgets, how hard the journey is. And I'm sitting in the position, I'm telling you, don't lose focus on how hard you're working, right? Like, don't do that. The other day, we're sitting talking to my best friend, and you told me that you wanted to go to New York for Valentine's Day. Within 10 minutes, we had a complete vacation booked to New York for 8 days. Do you understand? No credit card, no nothing that was paid in full.
All you said, make sure these dates work.
And make sure it works with my work schedule, and we'll go, right? Do you understand? Like, we couldn't have done that before. We would have to borrow money, use a firm, put it on a credit card, put it on 3 different credit cards, borrow the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like that before. So when I start seeing you or myself forgetting how hard we work to get this, and understand if we slow down, we'll lose it. May not be tomorrow, may not be next month, but over the next couple of months and years, we'll lose it if we slow down. And when I start seeing you, kind of stepping out that, not eating that humble pie, I got to call it out, because, I've been an asshole way too long. So I'm very respectful for this lifestyle that I live, and I'm very grateful for every one of my clients, for everyone that follows me, for every brand that's supporting me, for every share. Like, I'm genuinely grateful, because at the end of the day, because of all that, everything, my hard work mixed with everything else, this is a lifestyle that I get to live. I'm not done. I don't have a Lamborghini, and I know it sounds materialistic, but that's what gets my juices going. You know what I mean? Just to be honest,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I never want to forget who Anthony Lopez was. And
So you don't go back.
so I don't go back to that person. And exactly. That's it. That's how I looked at it. So, I mean, we just got to stay humble and understand that, like, shit's going to be difficult. Nothing's going to go your way, but you're going to have to adapt. You're going to have to adapt, overcome, because, you know, shit, yeah, you put a helmet on. I walk around with a helmet on and gloves. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm going to headbutt you. I'm going to punch it, whatever it is, take down the wall. I don't know. Whatever I got to do, you know.
Be
but,
ready.
But I'll tell you what. We'll end it with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be ready in the position I'm at right now, right after all the hard work I put in, physically and mentally, emotionally, the relationship we have, than be in the position where I was depressed, stressed, obese, unhappy, depressed, and suicidal. I'd rather fight today than before. Like this fight is a lot. This fight is a lot better. So who in the hell am I to complain about this fight when I was fighting demons? Now I'm fighting emotions. You know what I mean?
That's
how I look
that's
at
good.
it. So I'm going to end that one. I'm going to know what this podcast is going to call.
Actually, we should say something.
What are you going to say?
Join the community.
Join the community. So if you're, well, two things. I am an online coach. That is my number one thing that I do. I absolutely love that. But I understand right now we are in there are times where money's a little funny for some people.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you not, be thankful, be grateful, and keep hustling, keep working hard. Honestly, keep doing that. But some people I know, it might be the price tag on that might be a little too high. So we did build a community. It's $10 a month. We have weekly group Zoom calls every single Saturday, 3 p.m. PST. All the links are always down below. First link is always going to be online coaching. Second link is going to be the community. And third link is going to be the ebook. And every single platform I post all my podcasts on. I'd love to have you in the community. Excited for you to hop in here and to be around like-minded people like yourself.
And it's fun.
And it's a good foot in the door to help build accountability, to have accountability not only within yourself, but with people.
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, most of the people that have already enrolled, like, did know me from you, obviously. But it's really cool that, like, these are all strangers that are connecting on a deep level because they're all being vulnerable with, like, hey, I'm struggling with this. And, like, oh, me too. And, like, I want to hold myself accountable for blah, blah, blah. And they're doing it with each other. And I think that's so cool.
Hell yeah, because at the end of the day, it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
We all struggle. We all have struggles. You're not alone in this. It's difficult. You're struggling financially. You're not alone with that. You're struggling mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You're not alone with that. I promise you're not alone. There's just people are scared to bring it up because we live in a generation, we live in a society, a world right now where that no one brings up their true struggles. They only bring up the highlights.
Yep.
And honestly, one thing as a brand heavy to modified, I'm going to talk about. I literally talked about how I got over my struggles today. I listened to my family talk to me from a YouTube video. I remember who the fuck I was. And I said, this is why I'm fighting. This is why I'm feeling like this. This is why I keep going. Turn off that video. And I kept on pushing. Took a cold shower. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm like some, oh man, be like heavy to modify. No, I have my shit I got to get through too. But one thing that I'm going to tell you that's no different from me to you is that regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what your struggle is, your obligation to get yourself out of it. Point blank, period. It's Modified Life Podcast.